Thomas Bjorn was not only delighted to be part of Europe's team last week, but he was honoured to attend an event which confirmed Asia's place on the golfing map.
The rise of Asian golf throughout the world, it's coming on more and more, and a lot of good players coming through. And from that perspective, I think Asia has the right to have their own team in a team event that will showcase both the best of Europe and Asia, but do it together. And I think that's where the future of this event lies.
As to Thomas's future, well, he's been buoyed by successfully defending his Omega European Masters title last September, and he launched his 2014 season with victory at the Nedbank Golf Challenge in Sun City, his first win in South Africa.
But I felt like last year I was coming into a big stretch at the end where I played fantastic. Pretty much from in the middle of the summer it was good. There was just a little bit of a blip in August, but other than that it was solid all the way through. And I hadn't really had that feeling since 2000, 2001 where I went through that long period of time where I played well, and that was quite a nice feeling to get that again last year. In the years in between it was very much hit and miss. I would have some really good weeks, but I would have a lot of poor weeks as well, and it was kind of getting to tournaments not really knowing if you were going to play well or not. Where last year I felt like I went into the tournaments, and especially at the back end of the year, knowing that I was going to play well. It was just a question of how far my good stuff was going to take me.
And though he was 43 in February, Thomas is well aware that the likes of Els, Mickelson and Darren Clarke all won the game's biggest prizes around the same age.
I know how to work my way into major championships. I feel today that where maybe 10 years ago I felt like I could compete in all of them, I now feel that I probably got more of a chance in two of them, being the Open and the PGA Championships, where the Masters is now starting to fall a little bit out of my hands lengthwise, and the US Open is a tournament that I've never really done any good in, which is a bit surprising considering the way I play. I normally like hard golf courses and grind it down as much as possible, but it's just never one that really suited me for some reason. So I still feel like I got the chance to compete in major championships. I still feel like I got one or two times where I get my nose in there, and then I know my absolutely best can take me over the line.
And if only because of his success as chairman of the tournament committee, a major title in his name would be warmly greeted by the tour and its members.
I enjoy doing it because I like being involved. I like knowing that this tour has a great future ahead of it, and I'd like to see my generation of players leaving a tour to the next generation that's just going to grow and become stronger, and the best way of doing that is to be part of it and get involved in it, and not just sit back and just let other people do it.
Thomas has all but secured his place on Europe's Ryder Cup team at Gleneagles in September. He's been part of 2 winning teams in the past, and it could have been more.
Certainly there was a couple of teams there that I missed early on in my career, 99 and 2004, which was very disappointing. And since then, yeah, I came close, especially for Ollie's team in Medina. But I probably haven't done myself justice. But it goes back to the consistency. I wouldn't accumulate enough points to make the teams, and then I was depending on picks. And when you looked at over the years who's been picked, that's been a tough competition. And I feel like that's probably one of the things when I look back at my career and say, well, I should have represented Europe more times in the Ryder Cup.
But whether as a player or a vice-captain, and remember he's been a valuable assistant to 3 winning captains in the past, Thomas has given his all for the cause.
When I've been asked to go as vice-captain, I've enjoyed it. I've gone in with the right sort of attitude to help those 12 players try and win, and I always felt like I still got the game to compete with these guys, and so it's always given me a boost golf-wise being part of it. But playing in a Ryder Cup is an unbelievable experience. It's the most nerve-wracking thing you can do. You stand on that tee and you feel like you just want to run away, but once it's over, you can't wait to do it again. It's a fantastic feeling when you do it, and when you win, it's certainly a special feeling.
No, there's no doubting Thomas, 15 times a European champion, and you can be sure there's more to come.